Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby G and welcome to This Is Not In Your House, a horror game made by Trash Eyes. This audio is all over the place, so what the hell is going on? So let's start. Roger always knew if he were attacked, it would happen on the walk from his car to his house. So he readied his house key before stepping out of the vehicle, keeping it ready as he walked to the trunk of his car. He hangs his groceries from his wrists, keeping his fingers free to open the front door without fumbling. As Roger makes his way to the porch, his eyes start darting between the house's corners. He'd read about a young woman being ambushed in her driveway the week before. He tries to put it out of his mind by counting how many steps it takes him to reach his front door. But he can't stop listening for the sound of someone rushing towards him. There is a gentle breeze and the white noise of distant traffic. Roger assures himself he is right to remain vigilant. It only takes a split second for someone to get the drop on you. Steady with the key now, smooth is fast. Roger's key slides in on the first try. It won't turn. Roger removes his key and inspects it. It's engraved with a large H. Definitely the correct key. Roger tries the key again. Locked, jammed, broken maybe? Roger takes a step away from the door and scans the area for suspicious persons. He sees no one. He releases his grasp on the key and leaves it in the lock. He drops his grocery bags on the porch. He tries furiously to turn, pull, and push on the key and door handle every which way, without success. Roger hears something inside. A shadow passes by the window. It looks like someone's silhouette through the curtain. Through the curtain. Roger pounds on the door. Open up this instant. The police are en route. The door unlocks from the inside. Can I help you? You can start by getting out of my house. This house does not belong to you. Check the deed, lady. A deed is only a piece of paper. One that proves this house is my property. Personal property is a social construct. Those who inhabit a space own it. Interesting. So are we gonna let her have the house or take your house back? First of all, we could let her have the house and go get help to figure this out, because it could be dangerous. If taking her house back only forces her to leave, then that's also okay. If it is my house, because my key didn't work. So now, do I have memory fog? Do I not know where I am? I think I'm gonna let her have the house. Keep the house. I'll take my car and head down to the station. Which car is that? The one I pulled up in. I didn't notice. The only one sitting in the driveway. But sir, that's my car. What in the hell? Roger turns just in time to see the car he calls his own reversing into the street. He sees the homeowner wave to him from the driver's seat and disappear down the road. Roger tries to run after his car, but the homeowner grabs hold of his shirt. She slips it off with one deft sweep. Roger spins around, trying to grab hold of his button down. He feels the goosebumps forming on his arms and his nipples harden. Give me my shirt back! No need for these either. The homeowner grabs the hem of Roger's pants and yanks backward, knocking Roger flat on his back. The homeowner quickly slides off his pants and the remaining articles on his person. Roger lies dazed with his head pounding from the collision with the porch. He can hear the sounds of rustling fabric and crinkling plastic bags. Roger wraps his arm around his head and groans. Please, not my chicken. The homeowner gathers Roger's things, glides into the house, and slams the door shut. Roger pulls himself to his feet. He cups his genitals in his hands and tries to keep warm. He shakes from the cold. Okay, now I am naked. Break down the door. Wait her out. Seek shelter. Find help. I think we should find help. People could freak out at a naked man running around being like, help! So far, breaking will do nothing good for us. Wait her out also could do nothing for us. Seek shelter would be good, but I think right now, this minute, if we can get help, we should. Driven by the belief he cannot resolve the house theft on his own, Roger runs off to find help. Running down the road, he spots a police cruiser on patrol. Roger begins wildly flailing his arms and calling out for the vehicle to stop. The cruiser comes to a halt and an officer steps out from the passenger side. Roger sprints towards him, shouting, attempting to explain his situation. That looks bad, Roger. The officer enters a defensive stance and draws his weapon on Roger. Roger freezes in place, thrusting his hands into the air. Don't move! Hands! Let me see those hands! They're up! I'm cooperating. Suspect is uncooperative. I'm cooperating. What am I, suspect of? Turn around! I said turn around right now! Roger complies. Walk backward, towards me. Roger walks backward towards the officer. Not so fast! Roger stops in a little game of red light, green light. Did I say stop? Roger does not speak. He does not move. He does not want to alarm the officer. Come on, hurry up! Roger very slowly walks backward towards the officer. I said slowly, not slow motion. Pick up the pace. Roger does not hasten his pace. He is terrified of doing something that could be seen as a threatening. That's it! The sound of the officer's thudding footsteps draws near to Roger. Roger hears cuffs being readied behind him. He feels the cold metal press against his wrists. The officer thrusts Roger against the hood of his car. Roger can feel the cuffs tightening further, cutting off circulation. Please, officer, I'm cooperating. Officer yanks Roger off the hood and steers him with the chain of his cuffs. The metal digs into Roger's wrist as he fails to anticipate the officer's movements. The officer pushes Roger into the back seat and slams the door. The officer quickly climbs into the front seat and jumps onto radio with dispatch. Roger's naked body wriggles against the leather in the back seat as he attempts to sit up. The officer brings his fist down on the car's dash. Keep it down back there! A few tears stream down Roger's face in the dark. The tears make him feel ashamed, but he cannot suppress how angry and helpless he feels. Please, someone has broken into my house. Look, we're passing by it right now. Just pull over. The old someone stole my house, Root. Save it for the judge, junkie. I'm not junkie. I'm a senior citizen and I need help. You don't see many elder junkies, huh? What are you talking about? The officers sit in total silence as they cruise towards the station. Roger sits back and tries not to exacerbate the situation further. So you're telling us that you went out shopping and returned home to find your locks were changed? That's right. When I started pounding the door and some strange woman answered. Strange? How? What do you mean? She stole my house. Right. But what is it that made her strange to you? How come she was about it all? Acting like I was a perfect stranger and she belonged there. The officers glance at one another. So you found your locks changed and strangely calm and comfortable woman at the door. Yes. But she was in my car as well. So she left your house? No! She was in the house and I turned around and saw her driving away in my car at the same time. A pair of twins, maybe? They were her. In the car and in the house all at once. So what happened to your clothes? She took them right there on the porch. When I turned to see the car taking off, she slipped my shirt off. Without you even asking? The officers snicker as they share a look. It's not funny. I was assaulted. Sir, if a woman came up to me with a smile and asked for my clothes, I would report her. She knocked me down and ripped off my pants. Alright, sir. How much have you had to drink this evening? Not a drop. So you're telling me you tried to get into someone else's house in a confused state? Though you saw two of the same person and wandered the streets naked? But you haven't had anything to drink? That's not what I said. That isn't how it happened. You have already given your statement. All I need to know is how much you were drinking. Confess to drunkenness. It says you are sober. I am sober. If I am insisting I'm sober, I am sober. I was not drinking. It's true what I said, every word of it. Put a note that the subject is not cooperating and we haven't been able to positively identify him. My name is Roger Cormack. I've already told you that. Sir, you'll be transferred to a new facility in the morning. You can explain the situation to them. What kind of facility? The kind that has the resources necessary to help someone like you. I fucking knew they're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Ugh, can never get help from actual help places sometimes, you know? Oh dear God. Roger spent the remaining of his life being shuttled between states of mental institutions. None were able to properly identify what ailed him. Without a diagnosis and treatment plan in place, they were unable to release them. He raved about the woman who stole his house and his car. The staff learned to tune out his ravings as they did with all the other patients, content to consider his ramblings those of a man mad. On specific nonsense that you can hear pressing your ear to any patient's cell's door. End credits. Okay, I got the ending of a crazy man. That's not really a happy ending, eh? I think we need to try again. I think we really do. Okay. Let's go again. Let's skip the dialogue that we know. Let's take our house back this time. I have a rotisserie chicken cooling off out there. I'll be eating it in my dining room before it's room temp. The homeowner attempts to shut the door on Roger. Roger swiftly jams his foot between the door and its frame. He presses his face into the gap his foot provides. I don't think you heard me. Roger shoulders the door wide open. The homeowner is knocked back into the kitchen. Get the chicken, stand your ground. I think I should stand my ground? Because what can chicken do to me? It's just cooked chicken. Or is it hot? And I can throw at her. Let's get the fucking chicken! Roger turns around to collect his groceries. Oh wait, no, no, that's not what. Oh, I thought the chicken was in the kitchen, not the groceries. Is he someone analogous to the homeowner, devouring his rotisserie chicken? The homeowner behind Roger grabs a paring knife. Oh, bro. The homeowner clams a hand over Roger's mouth and shoves the blade into his back. A muffled gasp. The knife forces the air from Roger's lungs. He paws helplessly at the homeowner's arm. Roger's vision narrows and blurs. He tries to bite the homeowner and break free. Her hand remains firmly clamped over his mouth. He can taste the tangs of her blood with an unexpected acidity. The homeowner gently lowers Roger to the floor. Roger tries to get up, but grows weaker as blood pumps through his heart and now his back. The homeowner keeps his pinned to the floor, pressing down on his chest to strain his breathing. Roger grows tired and slips away into a calm and reassuring dark. The homeowner's analog grabs the grocery bags and carries them inside. It sets the bags on the floor and steals a glance at Roger. We have plenty to eat tonight. There may even be enough to store in the freezer. We'll need to dress and quarter it to see how much there is. Now close the door. I won't tolerate a draft. The homeowner's analog grabs the door and throws it shut. The going on of the house safeguarded from the eyes of praying neighbors by the door and some drapes. Well, that's probably even worse ending because I just died. Oh man, I completely misunderstood the chicken part. Right, let's not do that. Let's take her house back and let's stand our guard. I'll get it when you're gone. Be sure not to leave too often, Roger. I have a habit of roosting in untended spaces. Roger hears a car start up right outside. He looks out the window to see what's going on. The homeowner waves from the driver's seat of his car and disappears down the road. It can't be! Roger rolls around. The homeowner is now no longer in his kitchen. He proceeds to clear the house, room by room, until he is sure she's gone. Roger spent the next few days gathering up every trace of the homeowner's presence and passed it on to the authorities. Doilies, table runners, oil drape runners, candles. It seemed like she'd lived there for years, leaving things in odd places only someone familiar with the space would. It took Roger an additional half day just to rearrange the furniture. Thankfully, she hadn't moved in her own. Then there was nothing left for Roger to do, except his grocery shopping. Oh no, it repeats! He decides to have his groceries delivered by— oh, no mind. We're not leaving the house this time. By a boy from the neighborhood for a while. He didn't want to leave the house alone. He started to feel silly about it after a few weeks passed. So he placed a call to the station, following up on his vehicle's disappearance. The police explained they were unable to locate his missing car and had no leads. Roger bought a junker to handle his errands around town. He didn't notice the walk from his car to his house anymore. The only thing that worried him is whether or not he could turn his key when he got home. A shadow passes by the window. So I just never leave the house? And I grow the phobia of leaving my house? That doesn't seem like a fun ending either, you know? Let's just go through it one more time and get one more ending, right? This time I'm gonna let her have the house. And we're gonna seek shelter. Let's see where that leads us, huh? With no immediate means of retaking his house, Roger thinks it's best to find somewhere to rest. He takes off into the woods in search of shelter from the elements. Roger finds a grove just before dark. At its center stands an immense hollow tree. Roger crawls inside and huddles against its bark for warmth. It protects him from the biting wind outside. As he settles into a comfortable position, his breathing slows and he drifts off to sleep. He wakes the next morning to terrible hunger pangs. He crawls out of the tree and onto the dewy forest floor. He scrounges around looking for food. He happens upon a large growth of mushrooms. What kind of mushrooms? You didn't tell me. You didn't describe me the mushrooms. It could be like poisonous. It could be edible, and it could be hallucinative, which 2 out of 3 is good, so my odds are good. So let's eat the mushrooms. Roger consumes the mushrooms with a desperate ferocity. They have a bitter taste, but Roger's hunger allows him to chew through it. As his belly fills with the mushrooms, he starts to feel ill. Oh no. His head begins to spin. Oh no. His manner of thought shifts and becomes fluid. Roger sees the world around him as a part of him. Oh, they're the good kind, right? Or he is part of it. A very small part. A moat. The homeowner was right. In part. Personal property is a construct. But habitation is not means of ownership. He did not own the immense tree anymore after sleeping in it, and he did before knowing it. The mote merely landed on the tree. In the morning, it came upon some mushrooms and began thinking of the world before itself. It surrounded itself to the soil, to the cool down, to the network, forsaking hunger, forsaking words like Roger, and returning home. Okay, I died second time, but beautifully. Okay. This is such a fun game, man. It's so short, but so fun and so well written. You know? Okay, let's do one more ending. I keep saying one more, but I want to see more. This, it's kind of unpredictable. Let her have the house. And I feel like if you break down the door, it's gonna repeat the other cycle, so let's just wait her out this time. Roger was not one to bully others or be bullied himself. He stood resolutely on his porch like any respectable citizen would. He spent the first few hours hollering and pounding on his own front door. As it grew late and cold, Roger began to lose feeling in his extremities. His pounding became limp and inconsistent, and his hollers turned to hoarse whispers. It became warm and a bit drowsy. Roger reasoned it was best to get some rest and resume his valiant opposition in the morning. Morning did not come for Roger. He sat on the porch, curled up, and nestled his head against the front door. It was the comfiest and the sleepiest Roger had ever been. The homeowner discovered Roger at dawn and called the police. Because of death was determined to be hypothermia. He was tagged as a John Doe and placed in morgue to await cremation. Roger's final moments were warm and he was not afraid. Okay, which is like the best ending? Because I died 3 times, then I went to asylum, and then I got phobia of leaving my house. Let's break down the door. Let her have the house and let's break down the door. What does that do? I'm naked this time. Roger is a strong man, but not strong enough to break a door down with his bare feet. So instead, he takes a swing at the door's window. He feels something warm and slippery pour down his arm as he fumbles with the deadbolt. He manages to get a grip on the lock and slide it open. Roger opens the door and shuffles inside. He hears heavy footsteps from the floor above. The steps indicate the homeowner is headed for the stairs. Shit! Had she found his shotgun? Roger only had a moment to act. Let's hide an ambush. We don't know if she has a weapon. Roger wasn't sure he could make it to the kitchen and back before the homeowner would reach him. He pressed himself against the corner wall at the bottom of the staircase, hoping to remain out of sight. The homeowner's heavy footfall makes it easy to follow her movements. Roger sees the barrel of his shotgun slide through the entryway. He grabs hold of it and rushes around the corner. The homeowner falls back on the stairs. Roger yanks the gun away from her with his good hand. The homeowner stares at Roger and tries to sit up. Roger brings the butt of the shotgun down on her face. He presses down, grinding and twisting it into her. Her smile peeks out at him from around the gun's stock. She reaches for the trigger. Roger pulls the gun away and brings it down on her face. He does it again and again and again, relentlessly fragmenting and distorting her features into a puddle. He was satisfied when he could no longer see her eyes. The police arrived shortly after. A neighbor called 20 minutes earlier due to the sound of breaking glass. Roger's defense team could not adequately explain the circumstance leading to his viciously beating an unarmed woman to death in his home. A woman police were never able to identify due to excessive facial and dental trauma, missing fingerprints, and lack of documentation. The jury found Roger Cormack guilty of first-degree homicide. The prosecution convinced jurors that Roger had kidnapped the woman and killed her when she attempted to escape his home. Roger now inhabits a cell on death row, awaiting lethal injection. Also not a great ending. I think us at the start, like, no, I'm not moving. This is my house. And getting the fear was just the best ending for us. And her as well. She could run away. She had a character to live in as well, I guess. This game was really fun, but I think that's it for me today. If you want to discover more endings, feel free to find the game in my description. It's really cheap, and I think it's worth it because this is so well written and so well done in my opinion. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like if you liked it, and please subscribe if you want to see more because it helps me grow. So yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.